Hi class, let's learn some more about adjectives. Today we're working on page 89 and 90, and the first topic we're going to talk about are predicate adjectives. So you guys have figured out by now that adjectives usually come before the noun they describe. So look at my first sentence, which is very true. I miss my wonderful class. So we have two adjectives in this sentence. My describes class. Whose class? My class. And wonderful also describes class. What kind of class? Wonderful class. So notice the adjectives come before the noun. But in a predicate adjective, it actually comes after the noun. In fact, it's going to come after the being verb. This sentence was supposed to say, my class is wonderful. So wonderful here is still describing class. What kind of class? Wonderful. But notice it goes backwards and it jumps over the verb. This only works with certain types of verbs, being verbs and linking verbs. We're not going to worry about linking verbs this year, but you guys know our being verbs. Can you say them? Say them with me. Am, is, are, was, were, be, being, been. So now let's go to your page 89. So they've got some more examples here. Let's look at the top. Adjectives usually come before the nouns they describe. The icy roads, our trip. Sometimes, however, adjectives are in the predicate but describe the subject. The roads are icy. Notice the verb? It's a being verb. These predicate adjectives are linked to the subject by the verbs. Here they come again. Am, is, are, was, were, be, being, been. Now, not every time there's a word that comes after a being verb is going to be an adjective, so check it out. The mailman is friendly. Okay, here are some ways to see if this is true. Does it answer an adjective question? Yes, it does. What kind of mailman? You can try putting it in front of the noun and see if it makes sense. Friendly mailman, yes. And the third tip, you can also put the word very in and see if it makes sense. The mailman is very friendly. That makes sense. Now look at the mail is here. Is here an adjective? Well, what does it describe? Does it describe mail? Here, mail? Does not make sense. If I put the word very in there, the mail is very here. No, doesn't make sense. And it does not answer any of the adjective questions. So now we're going to try it. We're going to go to Think A. And it says, in 6 of these sentences below, the underlined word is an adjective. So that means how many are not adjectives? 4, you got it. Draw a small, neat arrow to the subject which the adjectives describe. Do not mark the other sentences. Number 1, Jamie's smile was radiant. Okay, so let's see if we can figure this out. Radiant. What's radiant? Smile. Is it a being verb? Yes, it is. Our arrow goes back over the being verb to the subject. Sorry, I got out the wrong pen. Radiant smile. Number 2, Mr. Simpson is my neighbor. All right, is neighbor neighbor is not even a describing word, is it? What is it? It's a noun, so that's definitely not an adjective. Number 3, the train whistle blared loudly. Okay, train can be a noun, but not in this case. It's describing whistle. It is describing whistle. So draw an arrow from train to whistle. Is that a predicate adjective? No, that is just a regular adjective. The cat is outside. Is that an adjective? Let's draw an arrow back. Outside cat. Ooh, I actually do use that as outside cat, but not in this case. It's not. It's saying where. It is not. The cat is very outside. Doesn't make sense. No, don't draw your arrow. Lisa is sick. Sick Lisa. That does make sense. Lisa is very sick. I mean, Lisa is, yeah, that makes sense too. Draw your arrow. Sick to Lisa. You got it. All right. Right now, I do 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Pause the recording. When you're finished, turn it back on. Okay, welcome back. Those boys are Christians. Christians boys. Those boys are very Christians. No. Number 7, the clerk in the store was helpful. Helpful clerk. The clerk was very helpful. Yes. So this arrow does not go to store. It goes all the way to clerk. There's the being verb, was. The next game is tomorrow. Tomorrow game? The next game is very tomorrow? No, does not make sense. Number 9, the last airplane leaves in an hour. Last describes airplane. So it is an adjective, but it's not a predicate adjective because we're not jumping backwards. And number 10, the rain is cold. Cold describes something? Yes, it describes rain. And the rain is very cold. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. So that's what these should look like. The arrow should be going to rain. Okay. Think B. Here we go again. Underline each adjective. Nope. Cross off, underline. Draw arrow. Draw an arrow from each adjective in these sentences. Circle the predicate adjectives. Draw a small, neat arrow to the noun each adjective modifies. We've already got that. If the word does not describe a noun or pronoun, then it is not an adjective. Number 1. Amelia Caswell was a tall, stocky woman with a ruddy complexion. Well, I'm only going to do number 1 with you. All right, so we're looking for adjectives. Amelia Caswell, that's a noun. A and the, article adjectives, always an adjective. A what? She was a what? She was a tall? No. She was a stocky? No. She was a woman? Yes, that makes sense. A woman. A tall woman. A stocky woman. So those 3 words are all adjectives describing woman. With a ruddy complexion. Oh, okay, so here's another A. A what? Complexion. What kind of complexion? Ruddy. By the way, if you don't know what that means, it means red. Okay, so now your job is to do 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then flip your page. Pause this until you finish. And you know what? This is a whole nother topic. I'm going to put it on a separate video. So we're done with this one.